the other thing that's great to do at this time of year is plant some seeds direct into the soil. Now, there's only some things we can do at this time of the year, and as I've mentioned, not tomatoes, not capsicums, but things like rockets, some of our lettuce, peas and beans, it's okay to put straight into the soil. I've been growing rocket for a year or two now, and this is my last season of rocket, which is just reaching its end, but it's an incredibly easy vegetable to use, and we use a lot of it in green salads. And it's a lovely little fine seed. You can just hear it almost, but it's very easy to grow, and it comes up very quickly. So in about a week, I'll have 3 lovely rows of rocket here. Now, again, just crumbing my soil a little bit, making sure that I don't have any really big chunks which will prevent the seed from coming up. I'm going to throw a bit of compost onto this. Good old compost. Again, just onto the surface. You can see the worms there. And again, I'm just mixing it in, just into that top layer, so that I don't get, sometimes when you have one soil on top of another soil, water doesn't move through the layers. So you've just got to make sure you crumb it in together. Okay. So we get a bit of a nice tilt just with my hands on that. Okay, now just using the end of my shovel, I'm just going to create a little furrow there. I'm going to create a little furrow there and another little furrow there. Now, unlike what I did with capsicum, this seed is so fine and so beautiful, but I'm just going to actually trickle that in very carefully and run a line along there. So you can see that I'm not being as careful as I was with my capsicum, but you just get so much more seed for your dollar with this. So I just run that out like that. I'm going to do that in 3 lines. And I never thin my rocket. I just let it come up, and we just cut it with scissors. So it's not like I then go back and pull some out. I leave them all in, and we just cut it when we need it with scissors, and it just keeps to green back up. So there's my rows all done. I'll put back my excess seed like that, and then I get a little bit more compost and I just crumb it over the top. So I just then, this is quite beautiful compost, but it's quite a bit damp, but I just kind of thin that. And we get, again, just trying to avoid any really big clumps on top of that seed. And I'll just do that for every row. Okay, now again, I just give that a very, very light tap. Like that. And I'm just transferring this. I've lost the rose to my beautiful old watering can. Hard rubbish. Can't believe people throw that out. And then again, just I'm using some seaweed in this again, or sea salt. Just putting that through. Just a very light water, because quite often people water far too heavily and it actually washes the seed away. So that's my rocket in. Now what I'll do is, in another month, I'll plant another patch of rocket, so that I've actually got rocket the whole year, you know, and I keep doing that because you can grow your rocket right through the winter as well. So that's our rocket done. Now we're going to move on and do some beans.